Justice League. Justice League. I have a little quick story about this. This actually is a tag off one of those gift bags. My family does an amazing job for my birthday, Father's Day, Christmas. They always put these things in these really cool bags, Star Wars bags, Justice League, superhero bags. And I had somebody in the office the other day that saw this because it sits over there on my door, like on the frame. I don't know if you can see the little sticker. Hang on a sec, I can just show you. This is normally where it hangs out, which, it's funny because that's DC and, Spider-Man's not. So people are like, man, you're all jacked up. Anyway, I have this thing and it brought a smile to a guest that came to the office. And they were like, I just dig your studio. I love your vibe. I love everything about this. But this Justice League thing is great. And are you a big fan of Justice League? I am, yeah. I read the comic books. I watched the, 70s cartoons. Pretty much hated the new DC movie, as any self-respecting superhero fan would. But they're like, man, I just think that's super cool. I said, I don't actually have it for the reason that you think I have it. He's like, what do you think I think you have it for? And I said, I think you think because I'm a nerd. Look at all this crap. Crap for days. I am a nerd. Total nerd. Total. I own it, right? But I said, no, it's actually a reminder of a ripple concept. And that ripple concept is, who is in your Justice League? Who has the special skills and powers? Who is the brainiac? Who is the person who can get you out of any jam? And who is that person when the odds are down, they're going to swoop in and they're going to save you? I think one of the best things you could ever possibly strive for when building your network is to create your own Justice League full of superheroes, people doing extraordinary things, inspiring you in extraordinary ways, lifting you up when you are feeling down, supporting you and celebrating your wins when you get them, and really just there. And all we got to do is call a meeting of the minds. Here back in Justice. What is it? The Hall of Justice. The superheroes arrive. They all show up. Batman and Robin, you got Spider-Man, you got Wonder Woman, you got Aquaman, you got the Wonder Twins. Yay, Wonder Twins. Anyway, they all show up for whatever the issue is, whatever the cause is. And how great would it be to actually have your own Justice League of superheroes there available at the ready at any time that you possibly need them? When you ripple, when you create these intimate, strong relationships, and you're very intentional about who you let into the club and who you keep out, you can form your own Justice League. And I remember every single time I go out that door, I look at that little weird tag that should have been a sticker, would have been an awesome sticker. I probably should go buy a Justice League sticker because I said it. I remember who my people are in my Justice League. Nerd alert, nerd alert. I already said I'm a nerd. What can I say? But it makes me smile every single time because it also reminds me that in order for me to have them in my Justice League, in my Hall of Justice, I need to remind them periodically I am in theirs. And that makes me want to step up and use my superpowers to benefit them wherever and however I can. So when you think about your network, think about it a little bit differently. Think about those ripples that you've created that have created lifelong connection and strengthened those relationships, that there's a bond that is so unbreakable that not even Batman and Robin could pull it apart. Wonder Woman, maybe, with that lasso. She's pretty badass. She can do a lot of things with that thing. And she's got an invisible plane, which I think is super, super awesome. Honestly, I think it's just so people check her out as she's flying around, just saying. But reality is, I think when you are committed to doing things a little bit differently and creating your own Justice League of Awesomeness, and you're willing to be in somebody else's Justice League of Awesomeness, it'll give you a fun and different perspective all day long. And what fun is that when you create that kind of momentum with those kind of people? All right, let's go. It's off to battle whatever diabolical challenge we might have, because the Justice League is calling. I'm calling. Mr. Ripple. That could be my superhero name.